Hello and welcome to today's April 29th Emergency Money for the People Act update. If you're a subscribed member of my community, welcome back. If you're not, please consider subscribing so I can keep you up to date on smart money tips and also the stimulus packages. Okay, today I want to give some more insight to this proposed Emergency Money for the People Act, which looks to give American citizens $2,000 a month for the next 6 months. Up front, I want to say that these updates are to give the American people information on what Congress will be discussing and debating. I didn't come up with these plans. I'm just updating you on what they are, and thousands of you have asked me for these updates and to give an opinion. And so I want these to serve as information and not false hope. These have not been voted on, but there are 3 main proposals that Congress will be reviewing, and you need to know what they're looking at. So these still need to be debated and they still need to be voted on. Okay, so the Emergency Money for the People Act was put forward originally by Congressman Tim Ryan of Ohio. In this plan, every American over the age of 16 that makes less than $130,000 as an individual or less than $260,000 as a married couple would receive $2,000 a month for the next 6 months. Each child under the age of 16 in their care would receive $500 a month up to 3 children. So if you have more than 3 children, there is a cap on that. So for example, a married couple with 2 children would receive $5,000, $2,000 for the parents and $500 each for the children. A single parent with 1 child would receive $2,500. Okay, might a plan like this be approved? Well, Congress and the president originally thought that we would be in lockdown for 14 days. As this is carried on, most of Congress is now aware of the fact that $1,200 a month was not enough, and people have blown through that $1,200. And as of right now, about 40% of the country has still not received their first stimulus package. So I'm sharing this because there will most likely be a second stimulus package, and Congress will be letting us know what that is. So with this extended time frame, many Americans are running out of money. Over 60% of the country lives paycheck to paycheck, and those very same people lost their paycheck. So something needs to happen. I don't believe that this is their way of pushing us into socialism or making people dependent on staying home. We are a producing nation, and most of us want to get back to work, but we need help to stabilize ourselves as we get back to work. Especially the 25 million that have suddenly found themselves out of work. They didn't ask for this. They didn't wish this on themselves. It just is what it is. So, okay. So, I want to share my opinion. If you don't agree with it, that does not make us enemies. So no need to blast me in the comments. I'm just here giving information. So what I like about this plan is it does have cap restrictions on income, and it has cap restrictions on how much money is being sent out. So for example, a family of 5 under the other $2,000 plan would get $10,000 right away, where with this one, they would get that, let's see, 2, 4, 5,500, right? They would get 5,500. Most families don't need to be injected with $10,000 right now, right? That's like almost like the executive bonus bailout program or something, right? They just need money to pay their bills and get going again. So I like that about this plan. The other thing that I like about it is it does have a shorter time frame. Some of the other plans are wanting to go a year or over a year, which seems a little bit overkill, especially if people are getting back to work, which is what most people want. So, okay, the American people need to be able to pay their bills and get back on their feet. As they re-enter the workforce, not only are they beleaguered and beaten up financially, but so are the employers, right, that are trying to get that PPP and the EIDL money and, you know, fighting to get access to those funds. The other thing you have to remember is when you go back to work, you may not get a paycheck for 2 or 3 weeks. By then, that money's already spent. So this would help people be stable as they get back into the workforce. So I think for that reason, the money is a good idea. Okay, the other reason a plan like this might pass is the American people need money to spend. You could reopen the entire economy right now, and most of the nation would not be able to go out and start buying goods and services. Most of the nation would not be able to do anything more than pay for the next round of groceries, okay? So people need money for rent. They need money for, car repairs, getting to work, gas in that tank. So for that reason, I think that a money plan is more likely to happen than, say, no rent or no mortgage for 12 months. These businesses need stable employees, and they need money flowing, right? It's all about cash flow in your household, and it's all about cash flow in the economy. So these business owners need clients to come in and spend money. Okay, one area of this plan that I think might be tweaked is the 6-month time frame. I think for a lot of people that will be too long. For others that may be just right. What they'll probably do is shorten that down, or I could see them going in 2-month chunks, right? Every 2 months they reassess. That way they're not just giving out money unnecessarily, but they're also making sure that people are becoming stable and getting back on their feet. What we don't want is to bankrupt the nation and add to the national debt unnecessarily, right? They are going to have to add to that. I'll admit that, and I think that it needs to happen in order to jumpstart the economy, but they don't need to give out money just to give out money, right? So, okay, the most common question that I've been getting is, do I think this bill will pass? I do think a bill will pass, and again, I think sending out money to people is more likely to happen than no rent or no mortgage. This one also doesn't have anything about printing $1 trillion coin or sending money out via debit cards that could be stolen in the mail. So I like that as well. So, I want to thank you guys for subscribing to this information. I want to thank you for the comments, the kind comments, not so much for the unkind comments, but, haters gonna hate, right? Okay, so lastly, I saw over 1,000 of you tell me that my step-by-step tips for getting into the Get My Payment portal helped you. I wish I had time to go through and respond to everybody, but I'm glad. Thank you for the feedback. I'm so glad that you were able to get in. Congress will be discussing and debating this. If you found this video helpful, will you please give it a thumbs up and a like so that YouTube will share it with other people? Otherwise, thank you for being in the community and being a subscriber, and I'll see you on the next video.